Panna cotta in Italian means cooked cream, and it results in the most delicious, creamy summer dessert paired up with some poached rhubarb. This is the summer dessert you need to try this summer. So we're gonna start off. Panna cotta is so incredibly easy to make with some cream in a saucepan. Now, you may notice I have a little pot of bubbling goodness in here. I've poached off some rhubarb in the oven. Now, you can check out the recipe video for that if you click here, right this here, just click it right there. And all I've done is poach it in the oven. We've got lovely tender pieces of rhubarb, but the syrup and the liquid that comes off it, I've poured into a little saucepan and bubbled it away so I have a beautiful sweet syrup that's gonna be served alongside the panna cotta. So, the cream is warming through, so I'm gonna get in there with some caster sugar. Give it a quick whisk. And that's gonna slowly dissolve in that warm cream. And as it's coming up to simmering point, I'm gonna infuse it with some vanilla. So I've got a pod here, and I'm gonna split it down the center with a little sharp knife. Just scrape out those seeds, and this is where the flavor comes from. If you can see in there, there is tiny gazillions of dots, and it's that is going to give you the flavor in this panna cotta. We're gonna strain it through a sieve because you wanna get rid of all those big lumpy bits of vanilla. You just want those tiny little dots, that's what you're after. And now into this mixture, we need to add some gelatin. But before I add that in, we're gonna get the gelatin soaking in some water. So these are sheets of gelatin. You just soak them in some cold water, and as soon as they go soft, we're gonna get them straight in that cream. After just a minute, that gelatin has become really, really soft, and that is what's gonna set our panna cotta. Squeeze the water out of that, and as soon as you add that into that warm cream, it's just gonna melt down. Okay, at this point, I have a jug of creamy vanilla goodness, and at this point, you could also just pour it in with a ladle, but because I have it in a jug, it means that I can pour it in very handily. So come on down and check this out. We're gonna go in with some lovely cream. Look how luscious that looks. These are looking pretty good. They're gonna cool ever so slightly before covering them with cling film and sticking them into the fridge. They're gonna need to set for about 4 hours in the fridge, but if you have the time, stick them in overnight and they'll be perfect. So I'm gonna leave them just over here, and in the fridge, I do have ones which have been setting overnight because I was up all night making them. So if you take off that cling film, you are left with these not so wibbly, but they will be wibbly wobbly wonders. I've got a little bowl of warm water, so dip the panna cotta into your bowl of warm water. The warm water is gonna loosen the sides, and in theory, it's gonna allow me to take these panna cottas out with great ease. I have to say, I've done this in a demonstration in front of loads of people before, and the panna cotta just has a tendency not to come out when you want it to. So stick with me. We're gonna hopefully get this panna cotta out. So just wipe off any excess water. We're gonna stick it on our little serving plate, like that. And then the only way to do this is give it a good shake. Do you hear that? That was what we're looking for. And hopefully, nope. Just when you think it's gonna work, it's not gonna work. Hang on though, we had the sound. Oh yeah, that's what you're after. Okay, hang on. Oh yeah, baby. Look at that. A wibbly wobbly panna cotta. This is the stuff of summer dreams. Now, I have that rhubarb, which I've poached off. We're gonna stick in a few slices, a few slivers of this rhubarb around it. We've got our rhubarb, we've got our panna cotta. Just to finish it off, I have that lovely syrup which is boiled down, and look at that. Sweet, red, golden gorgeousness. So just pour that over the top. And now I can't resist but to dive in there with a spoon. Beautifully creamy, that wonderful scent of vanilla running through it, and then you dive down into that fantastic syrup. If you want the recipe for this brilliant summer dessert, make sure to check out the link in the box below over on my website. Make sure to give me a like if you're having a happy summer. Leave a comment in the box below to tell me what you want to see here next, and of course, please do click that subscribe button.